Let's get the small talk. You already know I got no poker face, and I don't like you. Well, lucky for me, it's just a matter of taste. What's that old saying that the right one's in? Mama tried to warn me about times like this. I don't start shit, but I'll finish it. There's nothing between us. Nothing between us. Nothing but bad blood. Bad blood. There's nothing between us. Nothing between us. Nothing but bad blood. Bad blood.
Live from the Minute Studios for Monday, April 21st. Wow, we really keep going, aren't we?
We don't take a break here.
You have entered the Generation Evolution live on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitch. I'm Blake.
I'm Christian.
I'm Mark.
And we are done with our WrestleMania week. It's crazy. We did a lot of podcasts the last week, between the three of us. And here we are at the end. Finishing up and talking about Night 2 WrestleMania. I'm just sending this. I'm sharing this link to.
I am currently being my soul is being stared through by Powerline right here. God damn! Look at him, he's staring through my soul.
So just behind the scenes, I got a movie fun post for my birthday, and they're all sitting on the set, and Powerline is staring at Chris. Right
Wait,
now.
who's this? Who's this? What's
Powerline. It's Powerline.
Oh.
That's back. That's Powerline.
They're both staring at me. Jesus Christ!
What are you, paranoid?
A little bit. Anyway, I got this on this. This is Bad Blood by A Day to Remember. I don't even remember where I heard this WrestleMania Night 2.
Randy Orton's little package.
Oh, was that what that during?
Yeah.
I like this a lot. I wrote
It was,
down.
it was during Randy Orton's type package.
Cool. So I wrote it down. I'm like, I really want to play this over the show because I want something different.
I was trying to find the song last night. I could not find it.
Yeah, I put it up on the bottom of the screen.
Okay.
Sorry, I turned the bottom of the screen. So there you go. Didn't remember Bad Blood. So open the show with. All right. Well, we are in here to talk about Night 2 of WrestleMania. Before we do that, because me and Christian already did the review of Night 1 yesterday in a weird, bizarre way. We were going to show yesterday. But real quick, Dad, your quick thoughts on Night 1. And we'll be doing a 1 to 10 ranking on Night 1. Quick thoughts on Night 1.
I thought Night 1 was pretty decent. I had some surprises. Then they had things that basically we all kind of agreed that would work out. And I thought it was really well. And I would have to say, I would have to give it like a 9 out of 10.
Oh, you're higher than me. You're higher than
And me.
You weren't higher than we did. Well, you were decent, and then you say 9. That's pretty funny.
Okay, now I was gonna stare through you.
I was just shocked on how the set looked because I never expected something like that. Period, and it was well done.
So
It was a gorgeous set.
yeah, overall, I thought it was really cool, really well done set. One of the better sets they've done in a while. A lot of people are thinking the set was better than the shows. I heard that this morning. I'm like, I wouldn't go that far.
Damn near.
I wouldn't go that far. But then again, you were complaining about everything. I feel like you were in a mood yesterday. You were complaining about everything yesterday, no matter what. You sounded like a member of the IWC yesterday, complaining about everything. So, and okay, real quick, for a note, Wednesday I'm supposed to do a special show with John to recap all the Reflective and WrestleMania weekend stuff. There's no way I can pull that show off. There's no way I can do it. I have work and I have an appointment, so there's no way I can pull it off. I talked to John. We're good. So Thursday, I'm going to add to the list of things to talk about. Me talking about the WrestleMania weekend shows that I've watched. I'm at this morning. I actually finished the WWE ID tournament before we started the show. I already finished that, so I'm up to 11 shows on the weekend, including Mania, and I still have at least 2 more to go, and maybe 3 if I have time to watch the Clusterfuck Battle Royal. have time to watch that. But I've heard the finish, and I actually now want to watch it. So I heard about the finish, and yeah.
And
Interesting.
you're not.
No. The finish makes me want to watch it. That's the problem. It wasn't on my radar, and then John told me who won, and I'm like, God damn it! Now I'm gonna have to watch this. I'm gonna have to watch it.
I don't know who won. Damn.
So
I was gonna say,
we'll talk about. Trust me, I have a whole bunch of notes to talk about on Thursday, like including one of the worst matches I may have ever seen in my life, and a really, really, really cool show. I still gotta watch FE. I still gotta watch George Janela. Those are the shows I gotta watch today. So,
Ironically, the gay man and the man who does not give a fuck what's going on.
well, apparently, the Sami Callihan Mance Warner match at Unbreakable was bloody and crazy and brutal. I'll get into more details on Thursday. But apparently, the Joey Janela Sabu match topped it.
damn.
Keep in mind, the Mance Warner. Okay. Don't take it to the bite for a second.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, everyone listening, this is a quick warning. This is going to get a little bit graphic. But the Mance Warner, Sami Callihan match ended because Mance Warner's tongue was stapled to a board and stapled to a table, and then Sami Callihan, the table was no longer on his tongue, and then that was a pinfall. That led to the pinfall. So. Apparently, it was more, the Sabu George Element was more brutal than that. Keeping in mind, I think that match also didn't have any ropes, where the one over on TNA did. So there's that.
I'm just gonna go back to eating my crackers silently now. I am hurt.
That's why I was like, I'm gonna wait a second. So yeah, I'll have a whole recap of that on Thursday. Trust me, I watched a lot of wrestling and a lot of good stuff. But there's the bad. I'm so sick of Swipe Right now. I'm so sick of them. But that's a whole different story. Thursday. Talk about that on Thursday. We have a pay-per-view to preview Thursday. We have a bunch of new Japan news. I'm trying to get more news on the AAA sale. Like, we have a lot to do Thursday. We have a lot to do on Thursday. So, let's get through today. Wrestlemania Night 2. We opened it up. Before we got to the first match, we opened it up with Jelly Roll singing the national anthem. That was the first night. Tonight was Ava Max singing the national anthem. I don't know. I prefer Ava Max over Jelly Roll. I'm not as over Jelly Roll as a lot of people are, apparently. I've heard nothing about why is Jelly Roll still around? Why is he always here? Because if you actually pay attention this weekend, Jelly Roll was on WrestleMania on Saturday, and then he's part of American Idol. So he was on American Idol on Sunday. Plus, he's doing a whole bunch of social media. He's been everywhere all week. So I can see where people are getting a little bit over D on Jelly Roll. But Ava Max is the national anthem. I thought it was good. Then you gotta like Ava Max, so that could be why. Dad, you want to say something?
No.
Get your hand up. That's all.
No, just adjusting the mic there.
That's fine. I threw your hand up. I was making sure. Right. Actually, come on. I guess you have to actually start talking soon. So, like, stop eating for a couple of minutes. Anyway, let's get to the opening match, which I think might be the match of the night. The match of the night. I'm torn between this and another match of the night. But Io Sky, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley. Which, by the way, if you got to the very, very end of the post show, for whatever reason how that happened, at the very end of the post show on Sunday, you saw the Big E's 5 count, and three of its 5 are these 3 women. So I thought that was pretty funny. But anyway, this match went 14-25. Io Sky retained her women's world championship. A lot of you were stunned by this. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect this. I didn't expect a clean finish. I didn't expect things to go they did. I really enjoyed this match a lot. This is one of the best women's matches I've seen all year. I'm really, really happy about this finish, Christian.
It was a good match. The ending was amazing. I love it when the endings are like a pinfall and then a diving move and then just ends it.
I also love it when all 3 people are involved in the finish, and all 3 people were involved in the finish.
Bianca hit a KOD on Rhea.
Oh, keep in mind Rhea had that wasn't oh no, I had the wrong match. Wrong match.
Bianca hit a KOD on Rhea, and then Io hit the over the moonsault, pinned Bianca to retain.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was absolutely awesome. Dad, thoughts?
All 3 ladies I shouldn't say ladies, all three women gave it 110%, and it showed. The thing was when the entrances came, they were very original, but the crowd didn't seem to cater much to Bianca.
No, they hated her. What Diamond bullshitted you? They hated her. Despite the fact she did a whole introduction with I love Bianca's entrance. I always do. She always involves like the girls from the neighborhood. Usually the girls involved are from the neighborhood, which is always fun. Or she goes to some like cheaper, some like school that doesn't get a lot of money, and she goes there and donates money and asks the girls
Or
to be
the
a
one
part.
time it was her the school she went to.
Yes, there's so many things she
Yeah.
does. I love that. And also her
Stepdaughter.
daughter was involved in that. That was pretty cool.
Mhm.
That was really, really awesome. But,
God, she got. Oh God.
yeah, the crowd hated her.
And
Absolutely despised her.
it was so bad when they when they put the camera backstage of like telling them who's going to be in the match next. They booed the shit out of her when she was shown on screen.
Yeah, it surprised the hell
It
out
was
of me.
so bad.
Yeah.
That surprised me. By the way, hi people watching live. If you can please comment, and you can I'll put your comment up on the chat on the screen. I sent their link over a couple of places on see if we can get more people watching this morning. I know it's Monday morning. Trust me, I know it's Monday morning. A lot of people are at work, but hopefully some people are watching and can jump in and chat with us.
Or you can just have it on the background.
Well, I know, but if you're watching live and you want the chat, that's my point. That's my point. I'm hoping some people do that today. Anyway, let's move on. You're driving me crazy with your crack. You're driving me crazy. The second match of the show is the Sin City Street Fight. Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest. So Damian Priest. Well, okay, they both had entrances. They both had special entrances here.
Right.
Damian Priest had the lead singer Slayer. Who, by the way, Damian Priest is doing something with Slayer actually soon. I think he's introducing Slayer in a rare performance Slayer is doing. That's a big deal. Something is probably I do that for you, you do this for me. That's what it feels like to me at least. And the performance that was really awesome. Not gonna lie, I always love a good live performance. A good live performance. Know what the word? Good. I've heard some shit over the years. This was good. I enjoyed this. You didn't live through the drowning pool era. You didn't live through that.
Okay.
But I love the music. They're terrible live. They're awful live. But anyway, back to this. And then, so Drew came out. Cristian, why don't you explain this? Because I was confused.
So at first I thought it was something.
Never mind. Everything's freaking there's ads everywhere. So we never know what the fuck sponsors
So
what here.
I knew it was something video game related, and I said Doom at first, and then everyone's like, no.
I didn't know. In my defense, I didn't know there was a new Doom game. Because when I hear Doom, I think of the game I played as around your age.
Yeah.
On the computer. That's the first thing I think of. I didn't know there was a new game. So in my defense, I didn't know that.
It was Doom. It was the new game. I don't even know what the hell it's called.
I'll look it up. I know they said it. I don't remember.
They said it multiple times.
But I didn't know there was a new
And
game.
then
That's just me.
Drew came out with this armor piece from the main guy. I don't know if it's the Doom guy, but that guy, the main character you play as, and then you stood on this like pedestal rock thing with
Thank you for explaining all this. I was so confused
like
by all of this.
like a helmet on it. I think it was like a memorial thing. I don't even know what the hell it was. But then he did his whole pose on it, and it looked so cool.
Yeah, I was so confused by all of it. So
To be honest, he looked like a Power Ranger from. He looked like a rejected Power Ranger with that outfit.
I can see it. I can totally see that.
Just
By the way,
without
so
the
the game is called Doom: The Dark Ages. It is
Yes.
It's coming out in exactly 21 days, according to this timer.
Oh shit!
You Google for me exact countdown on Google.
21 days.
And,
on multiple gaming platforms.
PS5 and Windows and Xbox. There you go.
I
love the fact that they put it as a video. No, can I say, as someone who used to play the original Doom, I love the fact that it's a Windows. They made it a computer game as well. I love that detail. That is awesome. That is completely
It's
awesome.
not just consoles anymore.
Yeah, but it's so old school because of how old school the original Doom was. So
But yeah, the entrance. I'm be honest. At first, you could not tell what the fuck is going on.
Thank you. I was so confused.
My immediate thought was like, because I saw the helmet, I was like, Doom.
Well, I do figure it out immediately because I was very lost.
All I knew was it was video game related because every entrance we've had so far was at least some kind of sponsor.
It was weird, and I'm not sure a fan of that. I'm not a big fan of that.
I mean, I'm not mad at it.
I'm not bothered by it as much as a lot of people. Okay, I'm gonna Before we get to the ad things, I do want to talk about it. Let's talk about this match. This was fucking great. I
Oh
really,
my
these
God, this
guys,
match.
Oh,
their
shit.
chemistry is insane. Like they don't have many matches against each other, so when they get in the ring, their matches are fucking crazy. This was awesome. It was by the way 13:55. I thought this was longer. It was under 14 minutes. I have no idea how. I felt like
Neither do I.
that.
I want.
So, Christian's confirming. I have this times in front of me, but he's confirming that. But
I thought it was so
much
much
longer, but not a bad way. Not a bad
No,
way. 'Cause
like,
they fit
no.
so much into 14 minutes. They fit so much in.
Not even in 14. Under. Oh my.
Yeah, they fit so much into the time.
I want that ending. Jesus
Tell
Christ.
us
The ending. Well, before that, Damon went for old school and got his shit rocked and chucked off the top
And
rope.
of course, this is the one moment I had to run to the bathroom. Literally had to run to the bathroom. I didn't realize this. No. Is it the puppies or going to the bathroom? Maybe both.
Bathroom. It was bathroom.
Maybe both. But I had to run to the bathroom. And literally, I was out of the room for maybe a minute, maybe 2 minutes tops. And I missed this entire spot.
Which I did say, why didn't no one do that to Taker?
Because Taker and Taker would probably kill you back if you tried.
Fair enough.
Or he's going to rush for one of them.
Or you're gonna have to go one-on-one with Teddy Long.
That was good.
Player. Thank you.
Player.
That was good.
Player.
You got me good on that one. That was good. That was a good line.
but then, I see it right.
What? I'm taking my own notes. Please ignore me.
Okay. But then, so, I'm gonna say Damien. Drew got him back in the ring. Damien's on like the ring post corner, and there's a chair there that he set up earlier, which ironically he got it used against him. Drew puts his head between the chair, and then he runs off to the corner, runs back, and hits a claymore and his head into the corner chair, and Damien is out cold.
That's
Jesus
it's
Christ.
fucking brutal ending.
And
I thought
also-
it was, for a WWE street fight, it was a brutal ending.
And also, in the more towards the start of the match, Drew hit a future shock on the steel steps, and
And also,
That wasn't something.
and also, as he did it, he kind of, you could tell that he may have landed a little bit wrong because he was holding his back a lot. So he took a big risk on that one.
I mean, it's on the steel steps. What do you expect?
True.
You can't really land properly on steel steps most of the time. It's just pure steel.
What I like about, by the way, you know what I liked about this, we had a triple threat match on Saturday night, and that's where all the brutality happened. We had this match, and that's where everything really happened. There wasn't a whole lot of craziness except for like one big spot in the IC title match that involved outside like weapons and shit like that, which is nice.
Oh God.
And so okay, before we get to the next match, because I don't mind Pat McAfee. I don't hate him like some people do. I don't love him like some people do. I'm right in the middle.
He's okay.
It depends on my mood. For some reason, last night, he was driving me fucking crazy. He was, all night long, he was driving me crazy. Maybe I was just in a mood. Maybe my gummy kicked in early. I don't know what it was, but he drove me. Maybe he was high. Who knows? It was 420. But he was driving me fucking nuts because of everything. He was making stupid jokes. I don't know what his obsession is with shit, but the minute we got to fucking the dude wipes promotion, he's talking about, he literally went a detailed process on how to wipe your ass. It actually happened. I am so sick of this nonsense. Like, I'm so sick of it. And then he almost ruined the fucking surprise appearance we're going to talk about in a few minutes by talking over it. Like, it was bad. Like, I was like, what are you doing? So I need to vent about that for a second.
Also,
that drove me fucking crazy.
But we did notice something though.
And
The matches
he can't hear
kind
it,
of matched up with the sponsorship.
kind of, sort of. But okay, Chris, you were saying something?
I was going to talk about because you're also going to talk about the ads
Oh, yeah.
before we get into the match.
Yes. I was my next thing. I think you're going to say something about Pat. No, do you think there was too many ads?
Yes.
Too many ads, too many things going on.
Yeah.
Way too fucking many.
By the time it was
Dude,
over,
the entire ring looked like a New Japan ring of how many fucking ads there were.
or UFC
too.
But
I was going more wrestling.
I know, but UFC is they were on the same
Uh-huh.
company. The same company. TKO owned both companies, so
Mhm.
we'll go with it. But no, there was still a lot of ads. And I feel like last year there was a lot of ads. I feel like this year was more.
Oh, the phone's going off.
It's all right. I feel like this year was more. A lot more. So that's just, I felt like, and by the end of it all, I understood people's frustration. Because it was like, oh, another ad. And I'm not going to lie, I'm a sucker for mascots, and I love mascots. Especially corporate mascots, they crack me up. But everything didn't need one. I don't know why every mascot was invited to this. It was weird. It was weird.
No,
right
but
at the end.
they missed one opportunity. They should have gave the next match the Wingstop ad.
True.
They missed the opportunity.
But they really needed Pat McAfee to talk about how Dominic Mysterio is a turd. You really needed that for 5 minutes.
We need to talk about how you
Legitimately said that. Legitimately said those words. That dude wipes are perfect when you're pooping out jobs. He actually used that sentence. I'm like, what is going on? By the way, what did it make the air? What did it make the air, by the way? That I found out. What are we tapping out for? Oh, it's just joking on crackers over here. The one thing, by the way, that did not make air that I started on TikTok before I went to bed.
You're trying to kill me? What the fuck?
There was a dude wipes. There was a dude wipes.
I got a like for my death.
You're not dead. You're still talking. There was a dude wipe mascot apparently running around, and it was literally the dude wipe container, like a mascot running around. I thought I was maybe I was just high. I have no idea.
Was that what was running in front of the announce table?
I have no idea. I didn't see it. So maybe it was. I have no idea. Maybe that's what led the whole dude wipe discussion. I have no idea.
No, it was Carlito the entire time.
The problem is, maybe it's me because I love mascots. I love them so much. Like I love the Pop-Tarts thing that goes out the Pop-Tarts bowl. Like, I love that stuff. But this was just too much.
This WrestleMania, God forbid you breathe 1 minute without an ad being introduced. God forbid you cannot do this right.
No, I agree. I 100% agree.
You can't breathe without. Did you download Doom yet? Did you pre-order it? Did you get dude wipes to wipe your ass for it?
By the way, did it feel like the advertisement for the video game in center of the ring was bigger than on night one? It was actually a bigger ad than night one.
Yeah, it appeared that way.
Did you pre-order?
It wasn't just
dude wipes.
It wasn't just the mat that held all the sponsors, but the turnbuckle pads, other things. But the two that kind of interjected themselves that really didn't have any explanation why was Minute Maid juice box and freaking drumstick.
Oh, the drumstick! No, the drumstick makes sense because Cena's in the commercials.
Yeah, Cena's
in the commercials, so that actually makes sense.
Well, here's a great thing. If you pre-order dude wipes, you get you can instruct a full in-depth, detailed instructional video on how to wipe your ass by Pat McAfee.
We're really ready. We are.
And then behind it, all you hear is
the podcast is officially entered the level of Delulu. We're at that point of the show now. Right there we are.
I thought maybe if you pre-order dude wipes, you get the juice box when you're sitting on the toilet.
Apparently, the door opened behind us
again.
So anyway, while Cristian goes close the door, I don't know what happened here. Apparently, our dogs are smart and they open the door on their own.
Opposable thumbs.
Was here. WWE Intercontinental Championship. It was Braun Breaker defending against Finn Balor, Penta, and Dominic Mysterio. Could you please not bust your shit again? This match went 10 minutes and 30 seconds. Again, I feel like this match went longer than the time actually on Wikipedia. The winner, to my happiness, to apparently the entire crowd in Las Vegas, apparently, and this did not stop during the post show. The post show was crazier than the actual crowd in the building. Because the post show, they started chanting "You deserve it" at him, and this man was playing to the crowd like I've never seen before, and it's Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
Holy shit!
He's now the Intercontinental Champion. I'm excited for this. I'm not gonna bullshit you. I'm excited for this.
And he pinned Finn Balor.
Yeah, and I called all of this last week on Thursday. I called this entire sequence of events on Thursday. Like it was crazy. Spot of the night though goes to Braun taking out Carlito. Through the announce table. That was fucking amazing. Christian decided to eat another cracker when he wanted to talk. This would be a trend today.
No, don't forget that Braun jumped from one announce table to the other.
Yes, that was fucking Braun is ridiculous. And by the way, I want to make one more note that Braun and Penta, I need them to have a singles match. But also I need them to have a singles match, but we have to watch it at like 0.5 speed. Because apparently they go when it was just the two of them in the ring, I looked at your mother, I looked at Mandy, and I literally said, like, did we suddenly turn into 2x speed? Like, holy fuck, these two are fast. Holy fuck.
But But what Michael Cole said to Carlito was the highlight of that match. I think Carlito is dead.
That was very funny.
Just how he said it. I think Carlito is dead.
But Cole had a good night. Cole had a really good night.
I love how commentators can just say shit.
Okay. Except for Pat lately. Anyway, Dad, your thoughts on this match?
No, he said shit.
I know, your dad. Your thoughts on this match? I know you were not happy about Dom winning. You also were in a mood last night. So go ahead.
Yeah, I thought that 3 out of the 4 combatants did a great job. Not too thrilled with Dom and the moveset he has, but it is what it is. But I'm like you. I want to see a one-on-one Penta versus Braun match because I think that's going to be phenomenal.
I agree.
Yeah.
But now, after everything that went down, are we going to see the implosion of the Judgment Day?
I'm guessing
That's what everyone's waiting for.
So based on what I try to go to social media when it comes to Judgment Day because they tell a lot of stories through the social medias, and Liv is very pro Dom. Liv and Raquel are like celebrating. Carlito hasn't posted since he got crushed through a table. I'm wondering if tonight on Raw, if JD McDonough comes back, and then they either kick as a group, they kick Finn out and JD aligns with Dom, or if JD aligns with Finn and they knock Finn and JD off. Go ahead.
Or they kick Finn out and JD's like, if he's out, I'm out too.
Exactly. It's some variation of that. So, are you gonna say something?
It's going to be a good question.
So you asked. I figured I'd go with
Yeah, whatever way it plays out, it's not going to end well.
No. Well, at least not for the Judgment Day. So, all right, let's get on. Let's get to the next.
There are
match.
no more crackers for you to deal with.
I know it's been a lot of crackers. And it's not just me. And it's not just me. Anyway, next match. We
well played, sir. Well played.
Well, next match. We have the next match. We have video package apparently talking about Randy Orton's entire life career in WrestleMania.
Why not?
I didn't expect to see Rocket Sock Connection stuff on there. That was pretty funny to me.
Evolution versus Rocket Sock Connection.
That happened at WrestleMania 20.
God damn.
That was his first Mania. That was Randy Orton's first Mania.
Shit. And then after that, he was on every single WrestleMania card.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, so Orton comes out, and on Friday, because after we did the review, we didn't know what we were going to do with KO's injury. On Friday, Randy Orton literally put a challenge out saying, "Open challenge. I don't care who you are. Get out here and face me." So he did the same thing after an awesome entrance. And by the way, can I say something? I have a feeling that KO on TVV making fun of Randy Orton's entrance the last time they had a long ass ramp totally changed them from having a snake on the ramp this time. Because the last time they had a long ass ramp, Randy Orton had a snake, and the jokes are there. And if you listen to KO on TVV, he actually went and said, "Yeah, it looks like semen." He actually said that.
No, you know what was bad about the snake though? He was walking too slow that the snake had to reboot over and over again.
There were two different ones, and that was the first time. The
first time, the snake had to stop. Like they had to stop the animation because it was so bad because he walked so slowly.
I remember. But at least now Randy Orton has a face feel like he's moving a lot faster.
No, I'm joking. They said, "Oh wait, he's got a quick pace as he comes out." He's like,
what he did though, I think the thing was, and I remember it during night one, you had to move to a certain part of the stage for the crowd to see you. And I think that's why Orton sped up a little bit, just so he could get on the stage so people can see him and get a reaction. Think of what happened.
But can I set up the who comes out?
Oh yeah, well, what I was gonna say was, Orton gets on the mic, does his whole spiel, says, "Anybody come out?"
And then this is I know what my before I tell who this is, my group chat in my PlayStation had the mixed reaction to this.
Really?
Some of them don't like this guy. Some of them believe.
I feel like that was the internet in general.
And
actually.
in the middle of where I was like, I mean, why not? This is the first time a TNA World Champion, and the doors open. It's a guy there. We don't know who it is.
Amen. He appears.
So the music hits, and I'm not gonna lie.
And he turns around.
The funny part was, so I watched it on TikTok. I follow some people that do live screening of everything on TikTok for now until that gets pulled down again, like it did last year. But they're doing the live stream, and all of a sudden, someone apparently, I forgot who it was, realized who it was immediately when the curtain opened. Realized who it was by just on the stature. He kind of just figured it out. But then they're like, no. The only that reaction was no. And music hit. He did the spin. I don't give a fuck what you're saying on the internet. I know there's a bunch of anti-Joe Hendry people. There's a bunch of anti-TNA people. There's anti-anything that's not WWE people. That's not how this show works.
Mm-hmm.
We don't do that on this show because we watch, between the three of us, we watch everything. So I don't care about those people. What I care about are the 60,000 people in that fucking stadium that reacted and were singing and were swaying and were clapping, and that was amazing.
But I have to say one thing. Because of how long the ramp was, he was not getting in the ring in time to the part of the entrance.
What I noticed was there are two versions of a song.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed it on TNA. There are two versions. There is the normal short ramp ring, and then there's the extended version, which is the one we got here. Because TNA has that problem once in a while, where they want to do elaborate entrances, but because of the timing of his song,
it's not really.
They can't do it, so they have an extended version, which is the version we heard.
So he does it on the ramp and then does it when he's on the apron.
Exactly.
Which I cannot lie. I love that because with people who have timed entrances, you have to do it perfectly or it's not going to work.
Exactly. I noticed it during the Rumble. When he did the Rumble,
they got to have extended versions of people's themes or shorten people like. For Joe Hendry at the Rumble, because there's no shot he was going to get to the ring and do that, so he had to do it like on the when he came out.
Exactly.
Which I love that when they have shortened or extended versions of the person's theme for them to do the timing still.
Here's the funny part: their entrances lasted longer than the match. It was only 3:10.
Oh my god!
It was only 3:10. Joe Hendry did his spiel, did his whole thing. I watching Joe Hendry in a ring at WrestleMania. I never thought I'd see the day.
Correction: the TNA World Champion.
Well, even just Joe Hendry in general. I didn't expect to see him here. The last time he was on WWE television, that wasn't NXT or the Rumble. He was Rusev's lawyer. So, like, go back. That's how far back you're going.
Someone's. I said for my group chat it was gonna be Rusev, but then he came out. I was like, "This is definitely Rusev." No. Joe Hendry comes out on the fucking tank.
So we're talking back and forth. Dad, your thoughts on Joe Hendry?
You know what really impressed the hell out of me is on night one. When Jay and all the people yeeting, 61,000 people yeeting. Okay, night two, Joe Hendry comes out. You got 63,000 people in unison going with him. Just as impressive. And here's the thing: whether you love him or hate the guy, people have to understand. This is a different regime. It's not the Vince era anymore. It's the Paul Levesque era, and they have working relationships with different organizations. If you don't like it, turn the product off. It's that simple. But when you start going on social media and badmouthing shit, you spoil it for a great WrestleMania weekend. So all those trolls out there, fuck you.
You know what?
Wait.
No. This is for him.
So this is why
Amen.
A lot of people. So I'm going to play the clip on Thursday. I don't have it ready. I have it for Thursday's show. But Triple H, Paul Levesque did a bunch of interviews this week. And while there's a lot of bullshit because of the political stuff, I'm not getting into that here. What he did say, he said, in so many words, I have the clip. I'm going to play it Thursday. Is the internet is not real, and the IWC does not decide our booking choices. I'm like, and a lot of people took offense to this, and I'm like, get offline once in a while. Get offline. I don't think I get a lot of shit from my friends if I don't know something's going on. Here's the thing, especially on Mondays and Tuesdays when I'm working, and sometimes Wednesdays, I listen to podcasts all day. I listen to music all day. I don't even know what's going on in the news half the damn time. So if there's something going on social media, I don't know about it because I'm working. I have better things to do than be online.
Well, I'm gonna step in now for the last one to say this. As a person who doesn't own a social media,
And I'm trying to get them on Instagram at least.
I would like to say you hide behind a screen and say all this shit that you would never say to a person dead on. So get off your fucking ass, go outside, and talk to some real people and actually stop being a dickhead online. Thank you very much. Have a good fucking rest of your night.
I agree. I agree with all that.
You say this shit behind a screen knowing that no one's going to find you. Yet there's going to be that one person who starts to read your fucking address. Good luck with that. You piss off the wrong person, you're done.
I agree. I agree.
And just like in real life, you piss off the wrong person, good luck on you.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. All right.
And that's what they call karma.
All right. Let's get back to this. I'm just little notes over. I need clips for the next episode anyway. So this has been a good show for us so far. I need clips for our social media platform. Speaking of which, social media, the only thing I really post up there is clips from our damn show. Anyway, let's move on to our next match.
Oh, wait. Oh, two things happened.
Oh yeah, sorry. Back to Orton and Andre. Sorry.
So what happened was, Hendry did the whole follow away slam, kipped up, started doing the and then as he turns around, RKO.
Yeah, he did the spin and then the RKO. It was the timing of that was amazing. The timing of that was incredible.
And then to add on top of it, after the match, he's telling Joe Hendry this is, and then he pointed at everyone, and then he's like pointing Joe Hendry. RKO out of nowhere.
It was very old school art. It was very old school art.
And then
nice.
to top it off, Randy Orton does the setup, does the spin, and then instead of doing the point, he poses.
That was amazing. That was absolutely incredible.
While Joe Hendry's down the ring.
I really enjoyed that. That was very, very funny. It was very, very funny.
Very poetic.
All right, let's move on.
There we go.
To the point where I'm surprised Cristian didn't walk out of the show like he promised us. He did not walk off the show. Why did this match go 17:50? How is this the second longest match on the show? How is it the second longest match on the fucking show? Logan Paul versus AJ Styles with the Ghost of Karrion Kross. I made that joke on Thursday, and boy, did it come in handy by the end of this match. Logan Paul won in 17:50. Cristian, go ahead.
I think he's speechless.
That's the first time for everything.
Fuck this guy. Fuck this. I'm done. No.
Five, 4.
This is bullshit.
That's about what I was expecting. I think that's about what I was expecting.
Say his name and he appears.
I was waiting. I'm like, I have a feeling something's gonna happen. I'm just gonna wait.
This is bullshit. Fuck you, Logan Paul. Fuck you.
That was too funny.
Okay. I think they're just trying to get their money's worth out of the guy. And
Did you actually go to his room?
I knew something was gonna happen. I wasn't sure what. I wasn't sure what was gonna happen.
And I think once they get what they want out of Logan Paul, then he's gonna go away.
We've been saying that for 4 years now. We've been saying that for 4 years.
Well, one of these times it's gonna happen.
Cristian's going to be very mad at me here. I don't mind it.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. AJ is the kind of wrestler that will put over anybody. He doesn't care. This match it was good, but it wasn't great. I expected more from these two. Not gonna lie, I expected a lot more from these two. I expected more from the Karrion Kross angle. I expected a lot more from this match. I'm
gonna say one thing though. I hate him, but at least he didn't use the brass knuckles.
That's true. One thing I will say about Logan Paul in general, he's good at this. He's not great at it, but he's good. He's a good wrestler, and
he's a great dick.
And that's true. And
hate him.
The charisma, but you have the charisma to hate him, and he knows what he's doing, and I gotta give him credit for that. he did the press conference afterwards, and boy, he was an asshole. I'm not sure if it was an actor or not, but whatever. We'll go with that.
We're gonna say an act so we don't get in trouble. No.
So
The one thing that I thought was a real, if you want to call it dick move, we'll call it dick move, is when he does the style clash on AJ Styles.
And then Styles completely no sold and just hit him with another one.
I have no problem with that because that's the story of both WrestleMania matches. Because how can I can't? I feel like I'm contradicting myself if I have a problem with Logan Paul hitting the Styles clash, especially when AJ is the safest person you could do it to. He knows how to take it.
Yes, he does.
When you were praising Jey Uso on night 1 for using Gunther's moves against him, I can't. I'd be very contradictory to myself to have a problem with it. Like I would have.
Okay. Oh, there's also a difference there. Logan didn't win with it.
That's true. I'm just saying. Though,
Jay won with the sleeper hold. Logan did not win with the Styles
I agree.
clash.
I agree. I'm just saying I would be very contradictory on my own part.
I was just kind of leery that because, and I'm hoping that they practice this, that for him to do something that's out of his repertoire and to do it without anyone getting hurt.
I will say, if there's anybody I would trust for Logan Paul to do shit like that, would be AJ. Remember, AJ made a Shane McMahon match fun again after all
and
those
also,
years. So,
I gotta say one more thing. You could already like know that Logan's gonna take the Styles clash or the Phenomenal Forum, but with Jey Uso, you did not even expect him to do that.
Very true.
It's more of like for Logan Paul, you know he's gonna take something of the opponents.
True.
Because he took the Superman punch.
That's his whole story. That's his whole story. What he does.
He took the fucking frog splash.
So like, yeah, but yeah. So
you know he's gonna take something.
Logan Paul wins. Good for him.
Ironically, he does the same thing at Cody. If you face him more than Cody said this on an interview.
Yeah.
If you face the same person more than 3 times, you can take a move from their arsenal and add it to his.
That's not a terrible logic. That's not terrible logic at all, actually.
Yeah.
No, and then Will Ospreay's like, he stole me cutter. He stole me cutter. It's my cutter.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's move on. We have the WWE Women's Tag Team Champ. Oh, sorry. By the way, I have one more note though. Why did that match go so long? Sorry, 1750. 1750. Logan Paul AJ. Anyway,
it went longer than the street fight and the triple threat.
I know it was the second longest match on the show. It's the second longest match on the show.
Fucking hell.
And I still think the main event shouldn't have been as long as it was. Well, we'll get there. The WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez got to defend their titles against Lyra Valkyria. It was supposed to be Bayley. We didn't talk about this on yesterday's show. It took her out on the pre-show of night 1 with no explanation. She's not really hurt. And she got replaced by Becky Lynch, which on paper, I have zero problem with this. As a Bayley fan, I'm pissed about it, but as a wrestling fan, I get it. I also get it. That Becky and Lyra winning the tag belts is a big deal for them. Like, it's a very big deal for them. Much like Finn and JD McDonough winning the tag belts was a big deal for them. Like, I fully get it. It's the exact same comparison. This match is 840. I don't know how to feel.
I mean, it was more. The match was just more anticlimactic.
Yeah, once Becky got out there, you knew they were losing. You knew Becky was not going to lose unless she turned to Lyra.
Unless Lila got pinned.
Yeah, it wasn't going to happen.
Ironically, Becky got the pin on Liv.
I know. Dad, your thoughts on this?
I'm mixed emotions because when you look at it now in retrospect, is that if they would have left Bayley in, Bayley would have been tag team champion.
Maybe.
So
we
now
don't know. We don't know. I don't think so. Actually, I honestly don't think so.
So I mean, I look at this as, I guess, who's got more clout, and I guess Becky's the one that has more clout. And now you've got a title change. Now, are we going to have a lengthy reign? Are we going to have a medium-sized reign? Are we going to
remember? They're facing Gigi and Paxley.
You know, let's see how this is going to play out. And it seems like Becky has got her babyface persona this time. Let's see how long that last.
He is a better babyface than anything else. He is fantastic
And then
at being a babyface.
Now they're gonna face Paxley and Gigi.
On Tuesday's show. By the way, if anyone's for the post-show press conference, Becky and Lyra were out there. Becky brought Rue out with her, and that was one of the most distracting things I've seen in a long, long time. It was amazing to watch, but at the same time, they were trying to actually ask legit questions, and Rue kept trying to take the microphone to tell a story about a skunk. Like, I don't know what was going on. It was bizarre. It was a bizarre situation. But I saw so much of Becky and Seth in Rue just in those couple of minutes we started on the wrestling. I'm like, oh my God, it's like a mini. If you combine the two of them, it's a mini version. It's exactly what you expect from their kid. Like, it's exactly what I expect from their kid. By the way, I forgot to mention this. Stephanie McMahon opened the show.
Mm-hmm.
And she said that at WrestleMania 9, the last time they had a WrestleMania in Vegas, she was 16. One of her and Paul's daughters is now 16.
Their middle daughter is 16.
I cannot believe it. That's insane to me.
Oh, and also, Stone Cold came out.
That was going to be the next thing I said. Perfect timing. It was actually the next thing I said. So on night one, we didn't bring this up on night one. Then Shawn Michaels came out to do the attendance.
Sleep deprived as fuck.
Sleep deprived as fuck. Well, night two, I think drunk as fuck. Stone Cold came out driving out on his ATV, which awesome on paper. Awesome on paper. Stone Cold's awesome. He coms out, do his thing, and he literally was going to come out and do the. In
mind, the stage is much smaller than he's ever ridden on before.
Oh, not even that. Not even that. No.
The rampway is wide enough, but when you get from the ramp on to
exactly the actual where the ring is not the same.
Yeah.
But that's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say first. The one thing I was going to say first: how far we've come. We're a couple of years ago, Stone Cold Steve Austin came out of retirement to fight KO. And now here we are, about 3 years later, and he's coming out to do the attendance. So that's funny to me. Anyway, Stone Cold comes out. He drives around, and he loses control of his ATV, and he drives.
After he successfully ran around twice.
Yeah, and then he drove into the barricade. His ATV got stuck in the barricade. There was a lady that was standing there, and apparently the ATV hit the barricade, hit her, and she flew backwards into her seat. So while Stone Cold's in the ring, talking to us and counting and whatever the fuck that was about, that was weird.
That was fucking hilarious, though.
That was weird. And then we have Nick Khan, the CEO of the company, leave his seat and run over to this lady to see what's going on and see how she's doing.
Yeah, there was another.
By the way, gotta respect Nick Khan for that. Well played. No, I have no complaints for that. He's the closest because Paul obviously Paul the next time able to get out there. So Nick being out there is perfect.
Right.
There's absolutely no problem with that.
And
but it's a bizarre situation.
What I read is she might sue unless she's like giving stuff.
She's giving stuff. I guarantee WWE's not gonna deal with a lawsuit over this.
But Stone Cold apologized.
Yeah, Stone Cold did apologize immediately when he had a chance to.
Which is something he wouldn't do.
Old Stone Cold would not have done.
No.
Yeah.
So that was a segment that I know Cristian brought up. I forgot about it. Thank you for it. Was not in the notes on my front of me, so thank you for bringing that up.
That's how we found out there was over 63,000, and with a combined total about over 124,000 for the two nights.
And he also tried to count.
He demanded a recount. 1, 2.
And I think that was him stalling for time because of what the situation happened.
That might have been, yeah.
So, all right. Our main event.
Oh.
What?
I didn't know it like gave you a description of the match.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
But anyway, our main event. So Dad had to go bring Kyle to work. I don't even know if he saw the match yet. I have no idea what's going on this morning. I have no idea if he's seen this match yet. But
well, have you
seen the match yet?
No, I have not.
Time yet? Okay, fine. We'll talk about it anyway. Cody Rhodes defending the undisputed the WWE Championship. Fuck this undisputed shit. Cody Rhodes beat Cody Rhodes versus John Cena for the WWE Championship. This match went 21-40. Boy, this was damn too long. This should have had a lot shorter. But that's number one. Number two, entrances.
Mm-hmm.
Goddamn, John. This
was
unexpected. John comes out. The music hits.
It's just his name.
And the best part was not just his name. It was solid black. Like it was no frills, no colors, nothing. Like he took this even further than the New Day did it with their new entrance. Like he went full out, nothing. And he walked. He didn't run. He just walked down slower than fucking Orton. He walked down with no personality.
with the towel behind his back.
Yeah, with no personality whatsoever. It was so bizarre.
And if you really look, you could tell he really wanted to break character
Yeah,
so bad.
it was
the dark side of John Cena.
Yeah, it was so bizarre.
God, it was just so weird to watch because I'm waiting for like pop colors, running, nothing.
Nothing. And the crowd, by the way, this big crowd, and we talked about Dominic Mysterio earlier, they were mixed big time here. Not as bad as I expected. Like after Friday, when Cody got booed on Friday, I expected a more pro Cena reaction. Ended up more mixed.
Well, I'm gonna say one thing. At first, the crowd was cheering him, but then they had to realize, oh, he's the heel, and then they had to also realize that they're getting nothing from Cena.
Exactly. But even during the match itself, when Cody comes out, I didn't quite understand his entrance. No one can explain it. It was a bunch of bikes just flying over. I don't understand the entrance. I mean, no sense.
Motherfucker looked like Tony Stark with that ass mask.
That part I got. That part was cool. The mask being like Tony Stark was pretty cool. But
Cody Stark.
But before, there you go, Cody Stark. But before that, I had no clue what was going on with those bikes and everything. That was bizarre and weird.
I mean, they were just
never explained
crossing back and forth, and it wasn't like
it made no sense.
Was it ever explained what the hell?
No, at least
No.
it was sponsored. I would have understood it. There was nothing. There was nothing.
it looked like some local motocross team that basically figured, okay, we'll give you your
But
15
explain
minutes
who
of
they are.
fame.
Explain who they are.
It may be a reference to Iron Man 1. Because
Okay.
No,
no.
Hey, let Cristian explain first.
I watched the movie. I know I'm pretty sure all of us watched the movie.
right.
One time.
If I remember correctly, at the beginning when he was first showing off, no, it was Iron Man 2 when he was first showing off his Iron Man suit. There was dancers and bikers flying left and right,
And then with the Tony Stark.
and then he revealed his face, and then he was
Got it.
talking.
Okay,
it was-
actually makes sense.
That may be a reference to that scene, if I remember correctly.
That makes sense actually.
I remember the dancers, but
If it wasn't bikers, then I don't know.
But no, that was weird to me. I thought the whole thing was weird.
Or Tony Rhodes, you may never know.
the headpiece though, wow.
That was cool.
So we have this match, and it was slow. It was slow. And you kind of expected it because Cena is Cena. Cena's never had fast-paced matches, really. And Cody is deliberately slow. My issue was this is the first time we actually started seeing the lead a match at the heel. That was weird. And then we have this match. The crowd is mixed. Crowd is going back and forth. They don't know what to do. And then the crowd kind of was tampering out, and then all of a sudden the most annoying music we've heard in a long time hit, and it was Travis Scott. He came out. Very, very, very slowly. And then we started the song again. He still wasn't at the ring. And then this actually happened, people. If you're still saying that song as it was, that was even worse in that moment. And then people are expecting The Rock. The Rock didn't come out. The Rock came out. It would have probably saved the end of this at this point. The Rock was vacationing in Hawaii. He wasn't here. So Scott comes out. He comes to the ring. Him and Cody go back and forth. Cody ended up hitting a
before that.
Okay.
Some reason, don't know why, Cena was holding Cody for Travis to slap him in the middle in front of the ref.
Yeah, the ref was watching this entire process. It made no sense. And then at one point didn't actually the ref, it was worse, the referee earlier in the AJ Logan match, where the referee was watching Karrion Kross and AJ Styles talking about the brass knuck. She was watching them, like watching the entire conversation. It made no sense. But back to this. And then we had I don't remember right here. Oh yeah. Cena brought in so Cody took care of Travis Scott, hit a crossroads on Travis Scott.
And Travis Scott sold that. He
sold the hell out of it. It was good job. Good job selling it.
Really trying to get out of the ring.
He did hop over the top rope, which was cool. That was actually well done. But he gets crossroads. And then he hit the crossroads, and Cena grabbed the title belt. And it was in mid move to hit John, and then didn't John hit like 5 or 6 AAs at this point? Like it was crazy.
Four regulars and then a super one.
Yeah.
An avalanche.
The avalanche AA. And by the way, he broke out the SCFU, which we haven't heard in a long time.
So motherfuckers pulling out tornado DDTs now.
Like where did that come from? So Cody gets in the Cody has the Cody stops John from hitting him in the face with the belt. And then Cody grabs the belt. And then John, in one of the most acting things I've ever seen him ever do, begs off like a fucking cowardly heel. And then Cody doesn't hit him. and then fucking John low blows him.
God, this show and low blows.
Cody low blowed him. Cody got low blow by John. Cody dropped the belt. John then grabbed the belt, hit Cody with the belt, and then then they finally got the referee in the ring.
John throws the evidence away,
and then he pinned him. Nothing else happened. 1, 2, 3. John Cena is your new WWE champion.
Number
He is
17.
now 17, and they made a big deal about that part of it because they made a graphic for it that he passed Ric Flair. Ric Flair, by the way, put him a post congratulating John, by the way. So, Dad, now that you've heard everything that went down at the end of the show, your thoughts?
It sounded like the match kind of reached a point where they needed something to grab the people's attention again because it was at such a slow pace that they kind of like, oh man, I didn't really want a match like this. This isn't what I paid a main event for. And then the Travis Scott thing happens, and okay, now you got my attention again. And here's the thing. Whether you love John Cena, you hate John Cena, you're in between about John Cena. A lot of people say, you can't wrestle because he does these moves and they're not wrestling. Okay, here's the thing about John, though. All her matches are at a slow pace where when he does the moves like his little 5-knuckle shuffle, and the attitude adjustment.
Hang on. One thing
Okay.
I did forget to mention that he did do the "You Can't See Me" to the crowd, not to Cody.
and then hit the
Five knuckle
shuffle.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I forgot to bring that up. Continue.
Yeah. When he does that,
Um,
they're all slow and meant.
One more thing.
Go ahead.
When he was doing the shoulder tackles, he took long breaks in between each move.
Yeah,
It was
so
so-
deliberate.
He took long breaks in between the 5 moves of doom.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
his movesets are slow, basically to kind of like enhance the power that John Cena has.
No,
Now-
that is not the story he was telling. The story he was telling, you didn't see the match yet. The
Mhm.
story he was telling was he was deliberately moving slowly to piss off the fans. They wanted him to move faster. That was the story. It was deliberate. He was doing everything deliberately to get reaction from the crowd to not cheer him. That's what it was
And
doing.
it was so damn difficult.
That's what he was doing. And the crowd still didn't care because they wanted to throw John Cena on because it was John Cena.
So I think now that John has ruined wrestling
Well,
because
let's explain this sentence now.
okay.
John said that, right? John, by the way, so John and Travis got posed in the ring to end the show. We cut to the post show. And by the way, I have a feeling they went to the post show early. I feel the show ended early because they were not ready. The post show people were not ready. Like Joe Tess and them were not ready to go. Like night 1, they were ready to go. Night 2, they were not ready. So they go to the post show, and Cena put the belt on and walked with the belt facing by his back instead of front, and that was a moment. And the crowd did not know what to do. They were mixed. On the post show press conference, Cody, by the way, was stopped by Kathy Kelly right by his bus.
Mhm.
And refused to comment, and that set off a lot of alarm bells to Kathy.
Oh shit.
And John said went to the press conference, which I'll have to get the audio after the video for Thursday show because this was hilarious. I went to do here, I didn't have time, but this was hilarious. That John literally said, "I'm not gonna be mean to the media. I'm not gonna be mean to you guys. Ask me questions." And then no matter what the question was, it was, sorry, I'm not answering that. That's clickbait. Looking for a clickbait headline. I'm not answering that. I'm not answering that question. This went on for like 10 minutes. This went on for 10 minutes. And then he goes and he stops. He's like, you know what? Oh, sorry, I forgot. But he walked out to the press area. He had his new plates on his belt, on the belt already. And he threw Cody's plates, just threw them across the room.
Wow.
Damn.
That's how it started. And then he went into looked at the crowd, and was like, fine, Monday, tune in the Raw, or I ruin wrestling. And then he walks off.
Oh damn.
No idea what that means. No idea what he's doing.
He brings
Didn't
back the
make the
spinner
first-
title.
It's going to make this Raw episode of Raw a lot more interesting. Not going to lie. he's announced to be a part of Backlash in St. Louis. So the rumor going around that we might be getting the Cena Orton match one last time in St. Louis. Here we are. John Cena is champion. Cristian, when the year started, you said John Cena needed to win 17. John Cena wins 17. And here we are. John Cena has won 17. And even your reaction was mixed last night.
I didn't know what to feel because I was expecting to. When I first said this, it was still face.
Yes, this is December. This is December when you first
He
said
was
on the
still-
air
he
show.
was
On the air
still
show, it was
face.
like a South show.
He was still face, and people still people were still cheering him. But then now he finally won it as a heel, trying not to break character as much as he can.
Yep.
And I just don't know what to feel. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, it's a weird one. I wanted your reaction because
I'm glad he got
I-
16, but it just was not the way I wanted it.
I think that's a lot of people feel. A lot of people feel that, I think.
And it wasn't even an AA. It was just a title head.
It was the
Just a
cheapest
chip.
way to win a title. And by the way, I do like Cole going to say it's not like Ric Flair won all of his championships clean anyway. He was a dirty player in the game. I'm
John
like,
Cena
very
exposing
fair
the
point.
turnbuckle. Never would see that.
No, there was so much going on.
A low blow and the title shot. Never would see that.
Wow.
Personally, I think, okay, he's 17. He's got the record. And I don't think there's anyone on the horizon that's going to be able to beat it, personally.
Oh yeah, that's not a thing. Orton's the closest. I think Orton's the
Right.
closest. But
But the thing for him, and I think maybe this is me in the back of my mind, is with him being the heel because it's something he's never done and he's going to retire. That way, there's less in emotion that when he does go, it's not as emotional as if he were a babyface.
I don't agree with you at all, actually, on that because I think that Cena will be a babyface by the end of the year. By the time we get to December, he will be babyface again.
You're going to turn?
I have a feeling he's going to lose this belt by SummerSlam. The latest. And the only reason I say that is because we'll talk more about this stuff on Thursday with the Triple A stuff going on, and we have I don't know what the hell they're thinking. Doing the Worlds Collide at in Los Angeles. They're doing Worlds Collide at the Staples Center, and then they're going to do Money in the Bank at the Intuit Dome in the same day.
Good luck with that.
But the only upside I can see here is they don't do a lot of matches on these PLEs. The PLEs obviously are 5 matches. So you don't need to have Cena defend every month. You don't need that because of the structure of your PLEs now. You know what I mean? You don't need him to defend. So it's going to be easier to get SummerSlam if you're not defending the title all the time. You know?
And he's got dates as far as when he's going to wrestle, and this is known in advance.
Here's the thing. I've seen the dates. I saw it this morning, actually. I saw a graphic this morning. I should have saved it. That Cena's dates are interesting because they're not wrestling all these dates. This is when I'm appearing. So if you notice, he's made a lot of appearances. He's wrestled 1 match since the Elimination Chamber. 1 match. And I understand you want to save him for PLEs, and I understand that completely. And I understand the time between the Chamber and Mania was a lot longer than normal this year. So I understand that too. But I don't know. I'm in a weird situation here. When do you think he's winning the belt, Dad? What do you think?
I say SummerSlam is when he loses it.
Okay, that's about right. I got to see where SummerSlam is real fast. While I look this up, I'm going to look up where SummerSlam is. Cristian, where is he losing the title?
SummerSlam.
Is it SummerSlam too? Not any sooner? No, I'm going to see if I can find out where SummerSlam. I know it's not in Boston because the December PLE that they're planning is going to be in Boston. Oh, it's in Jersey. SummerSlam's in Jersey. I forgot about that.
Well, there you go.
Sal just texted me about something about SummerSlam weekend. Yeah, SummerSlam's in Jersey this year. It's the first 2 night SummerSlam.
Oh, there you go.
We'll have to figure out that when we get to August because doing multiple shows in April and doing multiple shows in August are 2 completely different things. So as I'm learning, as I'm planning out our summer shows, it's going to be an interesting summer. But yeah, SummerSlam makes the most sense. I think that does make the most sense. Well,
here's the other thing that I'm thinking of is, okay, he loses the belt at SummerSlam, and now does he and The Rock have a face-to-face confrontation?
Oh, that's a great question. What the fuck is going on with The Rock?
Oh, final boss? God knows.
My point is, though, like, and I'm with a lot of people here. A lot of people, I don't agree with the internet people that often, but I agree with this one. The Rock was at the Chamber. Made this big stink. Whole big deal. And then Cena turns, and then Rock disappeared. And then Travis Scott showed up still, and The Rock still isn't there. I don't understand what we're doing here with The Rock. And the other thing I also threw out there, somebody threw out a great theory. That John did not sell his soul to The Rock. John was going to turn anyway. But when Cody turned down The Rock, that's when Rock said, let's do this now. Because if you pay attention, Cena was already a heel. Cena turned heel the night of the Rumble, technically. Paying attention. It was not the night of the Chamber. He turned the night of the Rumble. After Jay eliminated him and he went to that press conference afterwards, that was his first heel turn. That was officially the heel turn.
Yep.
It didn't make a big deal out of it until the Chamber. So I have a feeling there's more to that than you think. I don't think Rock has anything to do with this. I think Rock was just there because he was there. I don't think Rock has anything to do with this.
I think it was the moment of opportunity that presented itself.
Exactly.
And Rock wanted to basically milk it for all it was worth.
But I don't think he has anything to do with this part of it anymore. If he does, I'll be surprised. But I just don't think he has anything to do with any of this.
Because basically all Rock can say is, well, I'm not responsible for what John does. I just give him a concept and idea and he ran with it.
Exactly. So, all right. On that note, I think we're going to wrap things up here for today. We're going to close it. What's the dad? We're going to end it with Dominic Mysterio speaking. It is my time. Well, so, Cristian, you got it.
Follow me on the Bill and Zane Riley on YouTube. I'm going to be streaming later, so stop by and join us. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, and at the end of the Easter weekend for you, you have to tomorrow, so you'll have a day today to relax and stream. Real fast, I'm just going to do this real fast. I don't have a note in front of him today. So follow us on our social platform at Generation Evolution. I post clips up on our Instagram and our TikTok every single day, so you can find us there and on Facebook pages. Go to Substack and subscribe to us over there. And rate and review us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And there's other places you can find us. But those are the big three. If you can rate and subscribe, I'd be greatly appreciated. We'll put up your reviews here on the show if they're good. So go for it. Enjoy. So let's get out of here. We will be back on Thursday. So Thursday, as I said earlier, is a jam-packed fucking show. Because we have a pay-per-view. We have a whole bunch of New Japan drama. We have AAA stuff, obviously, now. We have a whole bunch of shit going on. We have a lot to talk about. And then we have the aftermath of Monday Night Raw and my recap of all the indie shows. So we have a lot to do on Thursday's show. It's going to be a crazy show. So till then, thank you all for joining us today. Thank you all for enjoying this past week. I've seen our numbers. They're not bad at all. I've been enjoying this. Thank you all for watching and enjoying everything for the last week. Till Thursday, I'm Mike.
I'm Cristian.
I'm Mark.
And you've been tuned into the Generation Evolution. Have a good day, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. We love you guys.
Thank you so very much. Goodbye. Mwah, and good night.